Hey, you're now listening to the Nasi Lemak Podcast, and today I'm in the special attire. So you know that Deepavali is coming, and that is why we have a special friend, Larvin.
Hi, I'm Larvin.
What part of Deepavali is like celebration do you look forward to most for yourself?
Food.
Food.
Yes. When we celebrate Deepavali at home, right? So we will cook. Every dish is like homemade. My mom cooks. My mom cooks in all those big kwali
Oh
pot,
wow!
right? Everything we'll buy like 10 chickens, few kilos of mutton. Literally, yeah, from the veggies. So the night before, we will start chopping all the vegetables. Whatever we're going to do, we will chop all the vegetables. The next day morning, from 4 a.m., we will start cooking.
Can I imagine as in like, how big is your family? Like 10 kilos of muttons, like 10 chickens, like wow.
Because we invite a lot of people.
Also including friends,
Friends,
families.
family, my dad's friend, my brother's friend, everybody will be coming
So
over.
it means that during Deepavali there will be like open house, also like
Correct.
housewarming. So you're inviting all your families, friends to come over for the celebration.
So from morning, people start coming from 10 o'clock until, I don't know, midnight sometimes. The first Deepavali we celebrated at our house, right? It's like an open house and a new housewarming kind of thingy. People started coming in at 7 a.m. until we only closed door at 5 a.m. the next day.
Wow, say. At first I thought only us Chinese we have all these like open house and maximum also like 12 a.m. like maximum. So this one is like next level.
5 a.m.
Is it something common in the Indian community during Deepavali? Or it's just only you, like for your
But I
family?
think nowadays the culture is, I think, quite common lah.
It's quite common.
Quite common. But I don't think so up to 5 a.m. But up to 2 a.m. just chilling.
Has Deepavali evolved a lot, like over the time since you were a kid, and like any modern elements have been input into these celebrations as what you remember or you know?
I would say when I was a kid time, we used to celebrate in my grandma's house, my dad's mom's house. So that was more to family. It was everything traditional. Even they don't use blenders. They use the
Oh,
I-
I
I
remember
don't-
that. I remember
yeah,
that.
all
Yeah.
the tok 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 one and all this thing.
What do we call that?
Yeah, the stone one, right?
Yeah, the stone one. I remember like I mean
In Tamil they call idikalu, but in English I don't know.
I remember this because we were once doing a commercial film for Deepavali.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
remember the grandma actually told us idikala.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. So that even though that time the spices all are like literally ready made. Now we just use papas, all this thing, right? So that time they had to, even the ginger, everything they have to like that. I don't know how. Actually, I was a kid lah, so I don't have to help.
So now it's like more like what they call? As in like simplified.
Yeah.
So everything got simplified. You can just buy those ready made. Last time when we were doing a commercial for Deepavali, right?
Mhm.
We went to these Indian shops. Diyas, like the lamp diyas.
Mhm.
As what I remember about is like you need to put the oil,
Oil.
and then you need to put a little string and you lit it up.
Correct.
So when I was shopping for the arts and props, right, I literally saw that the diyas is in LED.
Yeah.
I mean, would you all accept, especially like for your parents, would
No,
they
actually,
accept
if you
that?
see diyas, right, before oil, they actually use ghee. Ghee, right?
Yes, yes.
Minyak sapi. Now minyak sapi is like so damn expensive.
Correct.
So and then they evolved using oil.
Yeah, the cooking oil.
Yeah, cooking oil. And then now, I mean, LEDs lah. Because if you're going to use all these oil things, right? If it's quite inconvenient lah.
Yeah.
Because in terms of washing, last time it's just they used to put it on road. So
Mhm.
even it pours a bit, it's okay.
Yeah,
But now everything is tiles.
yeah.
So if it's going to be oily, in
Yeah.
terms of safety for old people, kids is also not that thing. And now they evolved to LED. I mean, there's some things where they don't use LED. When it comes to prayer room, they still use oil. But when it comes to decorative, just LED. It's more nicer and easier lah.
Yeah, and also you can recycle it.
Correct. Remember we did the Deepavali shoot, the
Yeah.
column?
Yeah.
My mom's still going to 3 years already, I think. We did,
Yeah,
right?
3 years back.
Yeah, this year she'll bring out the same column bag and put back the rice.
Oh, your mom still kept that.
She keeps that. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Until I think still okay. She'll use, I don't know for how many years more lah.
Wow, that's a very big surprise. Well, that was like 3 years back,
Yeah.
and I never expected like it will still exist.
And she only does that like what? 30 minutes. It just takes about 30 minutes. Before that will be like few hours. Need to draw the design and then put the white color paper thing and then put the color. That will itself will take back egg already. So now it's just like 30 minutes. Even now the kids can do already.
When I studied about the columns, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so difficult. But then until like the point when you show up with the column that pre-designed, I was like, wow, that's so simplified and also easy. You're considered as the younger generations.
Mm.
So any of those traditional Deepavali elements or even those practice that you still keep today in your family?
One thing my mom always says that whether you are celebrating Deepavali or not, I mean, what I mean is like doing an open house or whatever, celebrating itself, right? You have to do one oil-based thing, meaning to say like muruku, you fry something, right? So yeah, because something oil and light, it's about Deepavali. So yesterday my mom started doing Deepavali because this year we're not celebrating. Okay, because the day before we have function, the following day also we have event. So maybe we just between close families only lah.
Like what you said, like fry the muruku and so on. It's
at
only
least
for
one lah.
ladies, or it just like, but it doesn't matter whether you are boy, a man or lady, you just have to do that.
Yeah, just for we just say for one household, just do at least one oil based thing. So the thing is muruku lah.
Okay, I miss the muruku.
Yeah, my mom did yesterday.
Yeah.
So half gone already.
And I also remember like Deepavali, there's these sweets. What do you call again?
The milk-based sweets, is it?
I don't know what it made for. It's like, something like a big round ball, a sweet balls.
The color one.
Yeah, the color one. Yeah.
The ghee roll. Ghee balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that considered as a common food? To me, it's like, wow, super sweets.
The one right now, it's like quite normal already lah. If you go for a wedding, you go anywhere, you can still find. But the highlight is muruku itself.
So muruku is the main.
Correct.
Is there any specific meanings in terms of like why muruku or like why people eat muruku? Just like us Chinese during our Chinese New Year, right? We will makan the orange, the mandarin orange. It actually symbolizes giving fortune and something like that. So like for muruku, is there any specific meanings behind it?
They should have, but I don't know.
Probably I asked the wrong person. During Deepavali, what's your favorite food? Or like any specific food that you must have during Deepavali?
I mean, my favorite is always mutton. But the combination of everything home cooked, because like at home, right, you will only get to eat one dish a day. Like today, my mom cooks chicken, only chicken. 2 days later, mutton. You won't have like chicken, mutton, egg, I don't know, seafood all together in one day, So when it comes to that kind of combo, on that day is very special for me lah.
Oh, so like common days is just only like one selection. It depends on whether what is your mom recipe on the day.
Correct.
But then during Deepavali, it's like unlimited.
Yeah.
You get multiple choices.
Yes. And it's just different lah, because when you how do I say, like eating just chicken, it's nice. I'm not complaining my mom's food if she's watching this podcast. So what I mean is it's just different when you have like so many variety in the same plate, right? And it's home cooked, it just hits different.
It's not only just for Deepavali. I mean, for us Chinese during Chinese New Year, right? Common days, my grandma, those days when she's still alive, right? She wouldn't really prepare a lot of food for us normal days. For her, it's just like, okay, you could just eat simple. But during Chinese New Year, right, it's the only time that you will see all these special recipes where you never know that she knew how to cook. All those like really like Chinese food that we never knew it exists, and only in Chinese New Year.
Nice. And it hits different. Even though the same dish she cooks normal day, right? It's just different.
I think it's not only just recipe, the taste could be like because of like your friends, your family around you. So the entire vibes is very, very different itself.
Agree. Yeah.
Since we talk about just now, your mom actually said, during Deepavali, there's something that you always have to do, must do, which is the oil base. What about something that you don't? Probably something that, let's say, people would call it as taboos, like during Deepavali. Like us Chinese, the elderly would not allow us to wear something black. To them, it's just say, uh, it's going to be attracting something bad, the
Mm.
misfortune. So that's why they don't. We call it as a taboo, not allowed to wear dark or even black during Chinese New Year. Like for Deepavali, any specific don't that probably from your elderlies or even from the culture itself.
We have to wake up early in the morning, and then they'll have this oil,
Mhm.
gingerly oil, I think, if I'm not wrong in English. So my mom will put it in the head, and then we'll shower, and then we will go to usually go to the temple.
Mhm.
So it depends. Sometimes we go to the temple. Sometimes we'll just do it at home in the prayer room. And we just get blessings from my parents, and that's about it lah. No waking up late.
No waking up
Yeah.
late.
So I don't know whether this is an Indian thing or is it my parents' rules. So, but the most common thing is everyone will wake up early and go to the temple lah.
There's something that I'm always curious, like you mentioned about putting the oil on head, right?
Mm.
I mean, what does it mean? And also like, is it something ritual or something a common practice?
But sometimes in the normal days they put this gingerly oil, right, to actually cool down your body. Yeah. So you know the tip of the middle of your head, right?
Yep.
You take the oil, you put it, and they'll just like tap it.
Mhm.
So if you feel ibadat, right? It
Yeah,
works
ibadat.
similar like that. So when you tap, right, you can see actually this part will become very, very hot. So normal days also, if you feel too hot and get fever or what, you just put few drops of that oil and just tap it. You can actually feel the heat coming out of your body.
Wow. That's
Yeah, and then you feel a bit more fresh.
Oh,
So don't do it during rainy days. You'll get headache and flu.
wow. There's something
Yeah.
new.
So sometimes when I feel like very sick or during the hot weather, weekend morning, my mom will ask us to sit, normal days lah. She'll tap for everybody, and then you can actually feel your body feel a bit more cooler.
That is the reason.
Yeah.
Or like, is it given the meaning as in like giving you a refresh of
Mm.
your journey or your life? Right?
I think so.
I mean, yeah, in a way, it's like, as what we can see is that the meaning of the entire traditions or even the traditional elements, right, is like getting a bit more
Correct.
gone from the generation to generation. I mean, not only just you, for myself, I think there's many Chinese elements or even the traditional elements in those festive, right, slowly gone.
Correct. No, we are just like following without knowing the reason.
Just following without knowing the reason. I mean,
They asked my mom asked to do. I'm like, okay lah, lazy want to argue, right? Just ikut saja kind of thing. Like some you will know, but you don't know. You only know the surface.
with your grandparents, right? Wouldn't they like telling you that why you have to do this, why you have to do that? I mean, my grandmother very particular, as in like when she wanted us to do something in terms of spirituals or even in terms of like those traditional elements in the celebration, right? She will force us to listen why we have to do that.
No, because if you see, like my dad's mom, my grandma used to do that because my mom's side is Christian, so my mom's side we
right.
celebrate Christmas. Don't ask me about Christmas; that's even worse in my knowledge. so, so my dad's side is following Indian lah.
Yep.
So we celebrate Deepavali. So my grandma, my dad's side passed away when I was in the 3.
Mm.
So I couldn't learn as much as I could lah that time.
So, like, would you continue all these traditions or even practice for Deepavali?
If it's going to be like beneficial, like health kind of beneficial, like the oil thing, yes, I will definitely follow. And the Deepavali thing in terms of like the oil thing, certain cultures, yes, I do follow. Deepavali one, right, the oil one, it just brings for me, like yesterday my mom started frying the murukku, it's just like somehow with the smell, it just brings out the Deepavali vibe already. So it just the feel started to begin at home.
So when they smell that, it's like, wow, okay, Deepavali is coming.
Coming, correct.
Yeah, just like the moment when we heard those like Chinese New Year songs playing around. Like, what about Deepavali? Like, I don't really.
Yeah, because Deepavali time, there's a lot of new movies will be coming out, releasing in theatre. So all those, the trailers, those highlight movies already started coming out already.
Oh, so it's like for Indian, it's basically those Bollywood movies or local made movies.
They call it Hollywood movies, Indian. Yeah.
Hollywood?
Yeah. I think they call it Hollywood.
Okay.
Hollywood is English.
Yeah, Bollywood is
Hindi.
Hindi. Yep.
Yeah, Kollywood is Indian, Tamil.
Hindi and Tamil.
It's different.
Is different.
Different. Like, I don't know how to speak Hindi. My mom does a bit. She understands from watching movies. We speak Tamil. Yeah, there's also
Oh.
Malayali. There's also Telugu.
So which means that when you watch Bollywood, it's not necessary that you understand
No.
what they are talking about.
Indian is Tamil. And Indian itself, there's like some that speak Malayalam, some they speak Telugu. Yeah. Like
Oh, wow.
Chinese, like Cantonese,
Yeah, we
Mandarin.
Cantonese, Hakka, all
The
this.
same thing.
Oh, so it's more like the dialects.
Correct.
So can I say that is the reason why some people call Deepavali, and there is time when I was in UK, right? I have this Indian friend. They call it Diwali.
Correct.
So this is the main reason
This
why
is the main reason, yeah.
there is Deepavali and Diwali.
Diwali.
But then the meaning is the same.
It's the same.
Oh, this is a
Mm.
brand new knowledge to myself. I mean, after so long, when I was in UK. So I have this Indian friend, literally from India. During Deepavali, I actually asked him like, "Hey, like you don't celebrate Deepavali?" I mean, you were just like, "Do you mean Diwali?" That is the very first time that I knew there is another term called Diwali.
Diwali.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess there's very much more for this episode, and we wanted to wish all our friends and family who's celebrating Deepavali happy Deepavali. All right, so thank you for listening to Nasi Lemak Podcast, and we will see you in the next episode.